Yo, what is up, y'all? What it do? How you guys doing? Alright, y'all, so I just chilling, scrolling through YouTube, and I came across this video, Power Building Workout, by Ida Bergfoff and Eliza Tesler. I hope I said that right. That sounded smooth, though. You know what I mean? That sounded really smooth. But there is a chance that I might have, said it wrong, but I just liked how I said that. It was pretty dope. Anyways, getting into the video, y'all. I'm curious on how they're gonna run this. You know what I mean? I'm curious on how they're gonna run this. All right. So for those that don't know what powder building is, ideally is recognized as a crossbreed between powerlifting and bodybuilding. You know what I mean? So what you get power building. So curious how they're gonna come out with this. Their first form athletes. What I got? First form. Let me double check. Yeah, man. I can't. I remember when first form was like first coming out. Who were they sponsoring? Damn, it's so long ago. Almost like a decade. Even probably even more than that. Anyways, let's get at it, y'all. Alright.
What's good? What's up, y'all? Welcome to Venice Beach and the mecca of bodybuilding. I am Ida Berkot. I'm Elise Kessler. Today we're doing a power building workout.
Alright. Well, tell you definitely have the physiques. You know what I mean? Which is not surprised why they're sponsored athletes. Alright. So we got a good start.
So this is going to be like a power building style workout where we are focusing on strength for one or two exercises at first and then heading over to more hypertrophic kind of training. So this style,
Best of both worlds.
it's going to be nasty good.
Yeah, who doesn't want to look like a bodybuilder and lift like a powerlifter?
I
right?
do.
Let's
We're gonna
go.
start off with a healthy dose of caffeine and some other things.
Best way to start the day. More so a workout.
So I'm gonna go with the megawatt melonberry flavor, and I think I'm gonna mix that with.
The what?
I'll,
No, wait. What flavor?
so I'm gonna go with the megawatt melonberry flavor.
Megawatt melon berry flavor. Down. That was a lot in that, just that name itself, but it sounded good.
And I think I'm gonna mix that with Alpha Surge, and I'm gonna dry scoop creatine because that's my thing.
Alright.
I like to do it.
I will do the Megawatt, the strawberry lemonade,
Mm.
together with that tropical punch Alpha Surge, because that one has the amazing pump function that I need. And I will get creatine inside.
Let's check that out. Alpha Surge. Let's check that out. What is in Alpha Surge? Alright. What is it? First form? Let's check it. What is it? I'm assuming it's like some type of like beta alanine, some stuff like that. If I go to shopping, boom. Let's check this out. Ingredients. Cadmium T sulfate. Oh, it's just flavors. Alright. I'm not seeing anything that would make it like a good pump. You know what I mean? Unless, some of this stuff I just don't recognize. Do recognize that. But I don't see anything like more on pump. Anyway, I can see how it can help. See, you know what? She's saying, you know what I mean? She might feel it different how other people feel it. So I'm just gonna write it. I'm just gonna write it. Let's go.
Side of the blend. That's how I do it.
The classic. I'm gonna get so much hate in the comments, but you know what benefit dry scooping has? None. But it has no detriment either. So however you can get your creatine in, that's how you should be getting your creatine in. Cheers.
Everyone. Because I think
And she's right. Truth be told, there's no detriment to creatine. Ideally they say drink it with a 8 ounce, 10 ounce, 12 ounce. I can't remember. to be it'll be a good like kickstart into contributing to the daily amount of the suggested amount of fluids that needs to be taken for creatine. You know what I mean? Just saying.
If you're focusing the strength on one or two exercises that feels like a little bit heavier on you so that you can get the confidence boost but also really gain that entire like full body kind of activation of a compound exercise, I think that's brilliance for it. But then adding in hypertrophy training will get you a greater mind to muscle connection, which I believe that pretty much every single person alive needs to have in order for have like an optimal working body.
I would
I agree. You know what I mean? I remember when Andrew Hill mentioned for CrossFit, and I'm in big agreement too. I think everybody should have, some type of like bodybuilding background. It don't have to be years and stuff like that, but it does help you to have a mind to muscle and an understanding how muscle feels, how you should feels, how you should you know um practice good technique, all that stuff. You know what I mean? Mind and muscle. Where awareness, more. Oh my gosh, why am I going? Bodily awareness is where we're really coming at. You know what I mean? Practicing good technique. Also, you're aware of how your body feels, how it acts, what feels right, what don't feel wrong. I mean, what doesn't feel right. All that stuff before you start getting to like higher forms of training. You know what I mean? So I'm with her on that.
say that this type of workout is definitely beneficial for anyone who's just trying to get to the gym, get a good workout in. These are also, they tend to be a little bit shorter than just a bodybuilding or just a powerlifting workout, so they're usually a little bit more time effective depending on how you program it.
And the first exercise is going to be
Deadlifts.
deadlifts.
Okay, so in general, when we're programming lifts or programming period, you want to start with the exercises that utilize the most muscle and the biggest muscles, then you kind of work your way down. So you'll start with the compound lift. Today we're starting with deadlifts. The other compound lifts you could start with for power building program would be bench or squat. So we're going to start with deadlifts because they work your entire posterior chain and they're really good at that.
How many sets of warm-up do you do?
I think too, anything that adds your lower half involvement in the lift, deadlifts, squats, I feel like it's just a great way to wake up the body. Like, it's so crazy. Like, if I go from upper to lower, I feel more taxed if I was going from lower to upper body. You know what I mean? Like, when I do squats and then I go on the bench press, my bench press feels so much better. Like, my energy may be expended, a little, but my bench press feel a lot better than when I go from bench press to back squat. It's just weird like that. And I think just because the legs just, there's so much behind the legs, so much, growth from testosterone trained legs, just bigger muscle, all that good stuff. But let's keep going.
What do
I'm
you
talking
do
too
in a
much.
warm-up kind of
That is a really good question. I would always recommend starting with a general full body warm up. So maybe 5 to 10 minutes of just light cardio, like maybe walking on an incline or light rowing or like light cycling.
Yeah.
And then just a general hip hinge. You want to work your upper body, your upper back, your lower body. I always like having deep squats no matter what exercise I'm doing because I feel like that's really great for your lower back. And then before you go to the heavy weight, you always want to start off with the bar or something that's like stupid light and work your way up from there. And how much you jump up is going to kind of depend on what your top set is going to be or like what your max is.
And now I'm going to get in.
All right, so let me touch this real quick because you can tell she's not using a lot of like scientific words, what they'll call it. If it's real straightforward, upper body, lower half body, rear, frontal, all that stuff like like rear delts, train your biceps, train your triceps. It's not so like scientific because you can lose your audience or the person you're talking to because not everybody knows these scientific words, these big words, or the right words to say. You know what I mean? Just make it simple. You know what I mean? Just make it simple. And I dig that. I dig how she's talking. I dig how she's mentioned about warming up. I am kind of nitpicky on warm-ups, and I think that's because where I coach at, is I really emphasize on having a good warm-up for a coaching class. So I do like her choices of warm-up. I do like the fact that she includes cardio in the work. Cardio don't have to be crazy. You start small. Even with this deadlift, she said you start small and all that stuff. And I'm a big advocate of this rule for strength training, powerlifting, anything like that. You lift lightweight like it's heavy, and you lift heavyweight like it's light. And I like that. So let's go.
To another feel set.
Boom.
So do you feel like you're mostly pushing the floor away with your legs, or do you feel like you're also pulling with your upper body?
Both.
Feel that.
Okay, so I would say what you really want to focus on is kind of, and I'll demonstrate. So you kind of want to set your feet before, and like you will see me like.
Yeah, look at the legs.
And some people like their shins. You kind
All
of
right, so
with your legs.
something I noticed. All right, so this throwing me off a little, but I'm not going to touch it too much because first thing, it's not my video. You know what I mean? I'm just reacting to it. And like I'm very grateful that they even put this out here to share and us to learn from it. So I'm not going to go after it, but I did something I did notice someone put in there. All right.
Another feel set.
All right. So this shoulders over barbell. You know what I mean? And let's see before she gets set. Okay, let's go. Yeah. So shoulders over the barbell, not behind the barbell. For a deadlift, your shoulders want to be behind the barbell. And some people be over, like somewhat over the barbell, but it's like more like it's almost like a clean pull than a deadlift, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Because in clean pull, you're trying to stay over the barbell the whole way. Yeah, I mean they're both strong lifts, but for a deadlift, you're more sitting back, knees behind the barbell, shoulders behind the barbell, and you just drag it up your shit into the full extension. You know what I mean? So I'm just gonna see what's good. What old girl have to say.
Both.
Okay, so I would say what you really want to focus on is kind of, and I'll demonstrate. So you kind of want to set your feet before, and like you will see me like toe tap a little bit. And some people like their shins closer. Like you seem to prefer your shins closer.
Yeah.
I kind of like them a little further, so I could get a little bit more quad engagement.
Oh yeah. So
And then
Been to the
I just
bar.
wanna check it out and make sure that like you don't want it all the way out in front of you.
Yeah.
Then from there you want really like loosey goosey arms but still tight lats. So
Right.
kind of just long arms.
Yeah.
Then I brace at the top, but you can kind of brace wherever feels better for you. And then grab the bar, and instead of pulling with your arms and squeezing your lats over here, your lats should already be tight, right?
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
you're kind of sitting back
See that?
and then pushing the ground away with your feet. So my arms are doing like
So you see how she sat back? You know what I mean? Sat back. And like I said, your shoulders don't have to be completely behind the barbell. But she started, look, so she started over, and then as she sits back, it starts to come back. You know what I mean? And then you just sit back. Try to keep your knees behind the barbell. Try to keep your shoulders behind the barbell. And you just
and then push
drag it up,
So
yo.
my arms are doing like almost nowhere. And I'll feel it mostly in my hamstrings and lower back. The other thing you want to think about is pulling the slack out of the bar. So you don't want to kind of like just like pull like that.
Yeah.
You want to give it a second of like, you want to have patience with it really, where you're falling back, dropping your hips.
And you feel like you get a
And right
momentum.
now, like, all I need to, like, right now the bar is floating off.
Yeah.
And you want
Boom.
that so that way your legs are doing most of the work.
Let's
Yeah.
go.
Okay, so loosey-goosey arms.
Yep.
And then drop your hips and start to, like,
There you go.
push your feet into the ground. Good.
Better. She got big legs too.
And you'll notice that when you're patient with it, you're pulling the slack out, so you won't hear that, like, click before you start lifting. You get rid of the click.
I dig the shoes. Those are dope shoes.
Nice.
Solid.
Notice she's keeping the bar really close to her. She's engaging her lats to do that, but she's also keeping her arms long. I'm sorry, I didn't want to walk in front of you.
Nice.
So she's keeping her arms long
Loose.
so that she is using more of her legs and less of her arms to pull, because you're not supposed to be bicep curling or rowing the bar when you're that
Exactly.
Nice. I swear to God, these plates feel different than metal plates.
They do.
I'm gonna let it settle before I bother it.
Such a respect for the bar. I love
Yeah,
it.
I'm like, you find yourself,
Yeah.
sweetie. You're doing great.
Find your spot.
Solid. Look at that. So it's very interesting because between deadlift and clean pull, or even just say power clean, but we'll say clean pull. And deadlifts, it's kind of funny because there's all you want to make your levers as long as possible, like your arms. You see that she's just extending it just long as possible. Because ideally, what I call a deadlift, you kind of like want to do like a cheater squat. You know what I mean? Where you're not going down all the way, and you just go to like a literally sticky point where it's like, oh, okay, this is where I still feel strong, so I'm gonna stand back up again. So you like, you try and just stand as high as you can before your fourth pull. Can you get the most strength? Look how, look how high her hips are. Let's go again. I'm gonna pause it. Boom. Look how high her hips are. All right. Normally for a squat, you want your hip crease to pass your kneecap, so it'd be like right here. Let's go higher. Let's go higher. All right. Where's her hip crease? Boom. Up here. You know what I mean? So, and then you know levers. Clean pull, you're probably a little lower because you do have your lats activated, just like she said. But you have your shoulders back, all that stuff. Hers is more forward. You know what I mean? I'm not saying, and I'm not saying that on a deadlift that you can't have your shoulders back and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Because me, when I deadlift, like I let my shoulders just hang, push your truth, like it's still back, but you just that technique where you can still let your shoulders hang, push back, and just drive your chest through as you're standing up. You know what I mean? But this one, like I said, you could tell she just extended her levers. You know what I mean? To have a better pull on the deadlift. So you can tell she's been around block. You know what I mean? She's been around block. Boom. You know what I mean? I get fours. I think she's in the fours.
And how many did you do?
I think I did 3.
So I'm not supposed to do a lot of reps. I'm not supposed to be dead.
So
All right.
as we're working up, we kind of don't want to be doing necessarily more reps than our top set will be.
Right. Yeah. So for her, let me see. Let me go back. I know. Okay, look. Reverse grip. She got hand
So
over.
I'm not supposed to do
Hand
a
over.
lot of reps.
Bam.
I'm not supposed to be dead.
So
All right.
as we're working up, we kind of don't want to be doing.
And that's why I say I think she's more of a power clean athlete, athlete that done more power cleans than deadlifts. Because I mean, don't get me wrong, there's deadlift guy, I know y'all come out where you can have your hand. Yes, you can, but ideally reverse grip is help you pull more weight due to not the barbell not wanting to slip out of your hands. But the way she started her deadlifts on the first lift, when she was first doing deadlift, it looked more like she was a power clean athlete that done a lot of power cleans, and looked more like a clean pull because her shoulders were over the barbell, knees were over the barbell, all that stuff, which was a solid pull. It still gets you strong, like it's still explosive movement. You know what I mean? It is part of accessories, but you could definitely tell that her background probably more was cleans. And if it's not, it's just, I guess she just deadlifted like this.
Necessarily more reps than our top set will be.
She doesn't do hook grip, so I mean that's one thing.
Nice. So really make
Now it's starting to look like a stiff leg deadlift.
Not so much pulling with your arms.
You know what I mean? Deadlift can get technical. Deadlifts can definitely get technical. Specialty.
I do kilograms.
Right, down that kg, but definitely deadlifts can definitely be get technical because it's a specialty lift when you start getting into the sport. It's a specialty lift just like bench press and squat, any other thing that it becomes competitive. You make it your own and make it make it so it works. So you found out the fundamentals and then you make it your own thing. Adding your little nicks and knacks to it.
That's 225 pounds or 102.5 kilos.
Whatever she said.
I got you.
A little bit of behind the scenes.
What's up?
Today we're doing a power building workout. Come on, girl. Easy.
Dog, I'm getting so much into it. That's where the passion's at. Deadlift. Someone said best, and I'm with it all 100. All right, you see she ain't bouncing the barbell off the floor. It's a deadlift, so it starts with the weight being dead. The lift is dead, and then you lift it up. You know what I mean? It's a dead lift. But you know, I mean, you can of course balance it for reps and stuff like that. There's nothing against you. You're still gonna get a good workout out of it. But ideally, deadlift, flat, dead, lift it, reset, lift it again. Watch
Come
this.
on, girl.
Lift,
Easy.
down. All right, all right. Let's do it again. That was wrong. We're gonna do this again.
Behind the
Lift,
scenes, 'cause today we're doing a power building
reset,
workout. Come on, girl.
lift.
Easy.
Let's go. What's up? Boom.
Nice. Looking good.
Oh,
If we added 25s on, it would be 275.
Yeah,
That's up to you.
I think we can do it.
Okay.
Because I
Solid.
feel like, at least with, so I am so unused to do just 3 to 5 reps. I love higher reps. So for me, it's hard to like, I don't know how much I have in me because I never do like just 3 reps.
That's why we kind of want to keep the warm-up volume low also, so that you can kind of gauge like, okay, this is how I feel with 3 reps of this.
Yeah.
I could have done like, 5 more that way, and that
Yeah.
means it was a pretty easy RPE. And you kind of just keep going up until you hit the
RPE, rate of perceived exertion. If you guys are curious.
the rate of perceived exertion that you're
No,
aiming
she
for.
said-
Yeah. Or it's like, okay, like I want the RPE to be like 7, so you're working up to a weight where you feel like you could do 3 more rounds.
Right. Yep. So let's do a 25.
Yeah,
Let's see if I can even lift it.
you could.
Lift it. This
You can.
up from the floor. That was hard to say.
I get 5 to 8 reps out of her. She gonna lift. Ugh. Never mind. Not bad. Wait. Let me see her. Oh, she did reverse grip and everything too. Let's see. Let's critique her form just a little more. All right. Shoulder's still over the barbell, and I think that's really what's throwing her off because it just puts a lot on the lower back. You know what I mean? All right, but let's go. Look at that. Look at that. Man. You know what I mean? We still give it to her though. You know, she's not, like she said before, she's not focused on how much weight she can lift or, heavy lifts. She focuses on volume, which makes sense because it's not so much taxing on the lower back. But you can see, how it can tax the lower back. But hey, solid lift. We ain't, she ain't trying to do anything. She just have fun and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So it's not even knock her on that. It's dope that she came and did it, and she got 275. Yo, alright, cool, solid. One more thing though. Don't look down as you're deadlifting, y'all. Don't look down. It starts, loosen up the tension, the rear delts, and like we said, we're trying to push our chest through. You know what I mean? So you want to look more like diagonal down, like diagonal, not straight down. But hey, let's go.
I did it.
Yeah, you did.
Thanks.
Let's
Yeah,
go.
definitely my top weight.
Solid.
Probably gonna be
Yeah.
a top one today,
Yeah.
and that's totally okay.
I still think that if we did a couple of adjustments, I still think she got 5 at 8. Like 5 at 8. I'm honing it. I think she's strong enough to do that. Just a couple of adjustments changes the game, y'all. If you talk to a true deadlifter, someone who really good at deadlifts, a minor adjustment makes a huge change. I'm talking about huge. You know what I mean? A minor adjustment can make a huge change on a deadlift.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's so.
You never done this. This is
No.
fucking lit for
I
someone
think
who's sorry.
maybe-
Freaking awesome.
Yo,
So we have the plan already
That's
made
what's up.
up. So we're gonna run it down for you here so that you can use it later on. So what will be the first one?
Okay, so we started off with deadlift. So
Yeah.
that's number 1, compound movement, works the most muscles.
Yes.
Our second one, we're still focusing on our back theme. So we're doing
Now we're gonna go in for the pull-ups. So also like a really heavy exercise where you can really start that mind-to-muscle connection. I love to have that in the beginning of my workouts. So either I have it in the beginning or I have it in the end. Anyways, after that we're gonna do a neutral grip lat pull down. So we target, there's gonna be 2 vertical pull downs, so to say, or pull ups, but it's gonna be 1 neutral and 1 vertical. horizontal. And then see the cable row.
Okay, good. I like the idea of a horizontal pull
Yes.
after all the vertical pulls.
Yes. And
Glad with
this
that.
one is going to be a little bit trickier. So this is going to be a
no.
nice one.
Last time you told me we had a surprise. I didn't love the surprise.
The leg
It felt good.
extensions. Yeah.
After. It felt good after.
Yeah. And then we need to use something unilateral. So we're going to do a single arm double row. And after that, we're going to hit a little bit of the rear delts. So a
Get it.
face pull or a reverse pec deck. Doesn't matter really which one you choose. Just choose one of them to really fire those rear delts up. And then gancho.
Oh, a million bicep curls.
Yes, a million, a gazillion, just one superset of a normal and a hammer curl. So just we get those guns
Get it.
going.
It's a pull day. We're gonna do it. So we're gonna pull.
We're gonna pull.
Keep
That's what we
pulling.
do. Are you excited?
I'm so excited. Pull-ups are actually one of those things that like I've always wanted to be good at. So maybe today will be like the start of me doing them regularly.
Okay, good.
Right.
Because the thing is, with pull-ups, there's so much pressure. We all want to be able to do that one pull-up. And I know, I get it. I was the same. But then, trust me on this, when you realize how magnificent of a mind to muscle connection you can get.
You know, it's funny. You know, over the years, dabbing into all kinds of different, genres of fitness, from powerlifting, bodybuilding, CrossFit, calisthenics, yoga. I mean, all kind. We can figure all things. Power building. You can start telling like what athlete is what just by their build, because you could tell she's a power lifter or a strength athlete just by her build. You know what I mean? Like, she's not like extremely ripped. Not saying that powerlifting or strength athletes can't be ripped, but she's really dense. You know what I mean? She has a dense physique, and a lot of times, strength athletes do carry a little more, body fat on them, and primary because it's just that that idea behind it. Weight lift weight. The more weight you weigh, the more weight you lift. You know what I mean? And yeah, there is facts behind that. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna ride that wave so much. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of other things behind it. But she knows what she's doing. Clearly, she knows what she's doing. And she's clearly a healthy, fit athlete. You know what I mean? Solid. Her physique is awesome. But you could definitely tell. Watch when this girl starts taking her shirt off. I saw in the previews that she takes her shirt off. She's gonna be a lot more ripped due to what kind of athlete she is. Which to me, she's more of a bodybuilding athlete, powerlifting, bodybuilding. And so I get what they mean from the power building type concept, because clearly she didn't know too much on the technicality behind deadlifting, which is really so what. But I know it's awesome to her because she got to learn something new. And if you're new to deadlift and trying to bear your deadlift, you got to learn something yourself. But just putting it out there.
With them, when they are assisted, don't be mad at yourself because you cannot do one single one without it. Because honestly, the feeling you get in your body when you nail an assisted pull-up, that's where you want to be at. So I want us to aim between 8 to 12. And for every set, we're going to make it heavier for ourselves. We have to do 4 sets, okay? So a few tricks that I have is that think about squeezing the glutes, squeezing, like tucking your tailbone, tensing your core, fold your elbows in, activate your lats, pull yourself up, and control it on the way up and down. I'm getting sweaty. Easy, yes, see? Perfect. I love the angle of the elbows because that's what a lot of people mistake themselves in both like shoulder presses and also pull-ups, but they're flaring elbows.
Right.
We don't need that. We need to have the full activation. Good, easy.
Yep.
Sweetness. That was so good. Yes.
I feel like at this point, matching weight's gonna be hard. But
You just do you. So one thing that you have to stop doing is to compare yourself with other people. Because there's no one like her, no one like me. And all you can do is to become better yourself every single day. So if you have things that's holding you back,
Now, you know it's trippy because you can look at, you know, one thing, yeah, solid. Don't compare yourself because you can look like, you know, aesthetically, you know, to the bodybuilding community, you know, she's definitely more aesthetically pleasing. You know what I mean? A bodybuilder look at her, say, okay, this, you know, if they walk on stage, clearly she would because due to her definition, all that stuff, you can see the side delt, the tricep, you know, trap, all that stuff, you know, through the reflection of the mirror. And like you'd be able to see her, but it wouldn't be, you know, as accentuated, or you know, you won't see the cuts as much. But you know, for the average size, she would look like she was a stronger athlete. You know what I mean? She would look like she was a stronger athlete because people would see the cuts and stuff like that. But you know, to like I said, to those that are familiar with the, you know, the sports of fitness, you know, I would definitely saw her and be like, okay, she's the stronger athlete. She's the more fit athlete in regards to bodybuilding and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So, you know, just putting it out there. But and she's right, don't compare yourself because everybody's their own individual.
have to work on those things. But don't expect yourself to flip a coin or flip the switch in one day. Easy. Alrighty, guys. We're on to the next one. We're on to the neutral grip, lat pull down. 4 sets, 8 to 10. 8 to 12, sorry, 8 to 12. So as you guys can see now, I'm working on keeping my elbows in front of me. And I'm
Huge fan of the neutral grip, y'all. Huge fan of the neutral grip. I mean, does a lot in the lats, y'all. Does a lot in the lats. Not so taxing in the biceps, so I'm cool with them pulling down all the way to the chest because it's not so taxing. May get the forearms a little bit, you know what I mean? But, you know, other than the aesthetics that it creates for the physique, you know, neutral grip also helps with pushing power, you know what I mean? Bench press, shoulder press, anything overhead or pushing forward. You know what I mean? Because a lot of your lats come into play. When you do it right, your lats do come into play in that pushing power. If you got strong lats, you got a strong push. You know what I mean? Due to how much it contributes into it when you do it right.
trying to stay as straight as possible with my back. And I'm going up to almost a release, but at the same time, I'm not losing control. So I'm not going up here.
Look at that
I'm just
scapula
trying to really feel
activation.
that I'm emphasizing my back.
Solid. Full stretch, y'all.
Nice. Okay, that felt so good. Awesome. Okay. And you can keep it on whatever direction you want to, and then just keep your elbows tucked into the side, or tucked into like in front of you. Yeah.
All right, so she's not really doing full stretch in comparison to her, you know, and that's just because of differences in sports. You know what I mean? Is that full stretch important for both sports? Yeah, absolutely. You know what I mean? This one is a little more tension, you know, that she's doing, but you know, if you want full lat engagement, have that full extension. Let's go back to old girl. Have that full extension. That full extension. You know what I mean? All the way up.
So I'm not going up here.
Not, you know what I mean? Don't lose, right? Don't lose tension, but you still have that full extension. Scapular engagement, scapular lat engagement, and then pull. That's a full stretch, man. Make those lats grow. The better the stretch, the better the growth, y'all. All right, let's go back.
Yes. And if you can tuck it even further, so like
Nice, there you
even
go.
more in front of you, see how that makes you feel.
Nice. You see her
Yeah.
definition in comparison to the other girl?
Good. You
Different.
can feel it all the way down, right?
I feel a lot in my biceps, but
And part of why she's feeling her bicep is gripping it too hard. You know what I mean? Don't grip the bar, just loosen it, and then that scapular engagement, boom, and you just drive your chest forward. You know what I mean? Sometimes when people do, you know, pulls, look like a ballerina. Let me do it again. All right, cool. Anyway, all right. So a lot of people just pull it straight down like that. All right, and you can even do that when you pull straight down. You can even feel the tension in your bicep as you're pulling it down. You know what I mean? So if you just sit back, you know what I mean, loosen the grip, and then just pull. So you see how it's a different angle. Elbows, like you said, elbows forward, and you pull all that. You know what I mean? Biceps don't really get tense till it's right here in comparison to here. Bicep tense, bicep tense. You know what I mean? Let's talk. All right,
I also feel with my back.
let's go.
I kind of like.
Yeah. So that is the part that you really need to do to like start the pathway between your head and your muscle, your lats. So if you start to feel it too much in your bicep, maybe you just scale down the weight a little bit. Bicep will be the secondary mover, so it's not
Right.
wrong. It's just like you want to feel it primarily in your back.
Correct.
But your arms will always be there to help you out. And now we're going to have
Sometimes to aid, you know, some people like to use straps. You know, straps so they can have a good grip on the bar, so you don't have to focus on gripping the bar, and you can just focus on just pulling with their lats. That'll be another aid, but ideally, you know, big fan of learning how to, you know, be good with that movement before you start adding other things to it.
head over to a seated cable row with a little bit of a limitation, let me just say. I want you to sit down, I want you to find your position, or you can do a normal seated row, do it however you please. But when you're seated in that space, I'm going to kneel your back. So I want you to like really lean back towards my knee. But first, center yourself, find your position. Now, when you go back, I want you to really almost hug my knee too. Should I be further back? Is it good?
I think it's fine.
So also think that you're gonna hit the row further down to almost like hip height.
And you got a
Yes.
strong pull.
Do you feel limited?
Solid.
Yep.
Yeah? Is it heavy?
I wouldn't say heavy, but it definitely feels very
Restrict.
stable.
Right.
So the point
Feel
being
that.
here is that this is going to be the very strict exercise
Yeah.
where you really lock in and you cannot move in. You could go forward, but I'm gonna make sure that you don't move forward. And I'm also gonna make sure that you're not moving backwards. So
You don't want that
is
hip
what the
hinge.
knee does. So this is just a very hypertrophy Pacific geeky thing that I do, and I love this one. So now you will have to do the same with me. So first I need to go back, push a little bit harder.
To the definition.
And what this does is also that
The definition.
you kind of unconsciously really, really squeeze your upper back because you want to
Yeah.
squeeze around.
And that's the difference that I'm getting with this one, with her, you know, in comparison to the other one. The other one was pulling. When the other one was pulling, let me go back. Her elbows are lower. You know what I mean? I noticed her elbows were lower. You know what I mean? And that was getting more of lat engagement. You know what I mean? The best way I describe it is like elbows to belly button. You know what I mean? Because the belly button probably right here, elbows to belly button. You know what I mean? There are other cues that you can use. But with hers, I didn't notice her elbows are higher. Let's see. Let's do it right there. All right, look at when she
First, I need to
pulls.
go back, push a little bit harder.
Right? It seemed. Actually, that one seemed just as low. Let me see. Let me do that again.
And what this does is also that you kind of
Huh, that's interesting. Her actually not. No, let me take that back. Because her actually is not higher. But for some reason, you know, I do see more rear delt engagement along with lats in comparison to her. You know what I mean? So it's very interesting. I'm gonna have to look at more. Let's go forward. I'm gonna have to look at that more. Because her elbows do look the same.
unconsciously
You know.
uh,
It still look like
really,
elbows are
really
better. Maybe it's an
squeeze
angle,
your
but for
upper
some
back because you
reason,
want
because
to
I know when you
squeeze
go
around
higher,
your knee.
you're gonna start getting that lat engagement. I mean, the rear delt engagement. She said she wanted to more of the upper body pull. You know, but when you're low, you're not getting an upper body pull. But when you start getting
Yeah.
higher,
So we can see that she's really squeezing. So the point being, you should really hug yourself the entire way to really
That's
emphasize the
interesting.
entire
I'm gonna have to
body
check
part.
into that. I dig it though.
And it seems to be working, because now it's like you're getting bubblier and bubblier for each and every one. Yes, we want that bubbly back.
Alright, am I a bodybuilder yet?
Yes. Now we have a single arm
She can
dumbbell
get
rows.
down.
Let's keep these to 6 to 10.
What weight are you doing?
Huh?
I'm gonna do 75s.
All right, so there's one thing I do have to touch. All right, there's one thing I do not to touch, and I'm not going to knock on anybody and how they do their style of lifting. All right, but ideally for for muscular endurance and to conserve your energy, like let one muscle recover while the other one does something else. I'm not too much on pull to pull. So like for example, she went from lat pulls. A lat pull to a lat pull, even though it was a different variation. She went from, neutral to man, I'm about to get these words wrong. Fuck, it's not super pronated. Man, I'm getting my words. Anyways, both hands facing out, and then to the neutral. It's still a pull, and still targeting the lats in the same way, like different but same in the same sense. I would suggest her doing like, maybe a rear delt, something like that. If you're gonna keep it back and stuff like that, maybe rear delt or behind the neck presses. You know what I mean? Little more advanced, but I'm pretty sure she's an advanced athlete to preserve the muscle groups and go back to another pull. You know what I mean? And then from here, from a seated cable roll to a barbell roll, pull to pull, all the difference between cable and dumbbell. And even though she has that variation, she's trying to target more of the upper back along with that movement. You can see as they're pulling, it's almost like the same difference. So I'm not against having both movements in the workout. I would suggest just, let me see, like, watch how she pulls. As long as it's like the same type of variation, right? I would say like add something in between and then go back to it, so you get a full maximum, output and what you can preserve at that time. Then just going from a pull, because then we're just doing the same thing. We might as well just stay on that, original movement. But like I said, I'm not gonna knock. Maybe there's a method to the madness behind it. It's been a minute since I've done, from a cable row to a dumbbell row, and man, I'm just not doing the way she's doing it. There's so many reasons, and I'm not, like I said, I'm not here to knock on it. That would just be my suggestion, in a sense of muscle preservation. You know what I mean? Is that or let me just say it better, to not overly work a muscle. We'll just change it up, add something in between, then go back to that movement. So it's not pull, 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 pull. It could be like a lot of people like to do pull, push. Pull abdominal, pull something. Push, push, pull, push abdominal, push like something. Just to change it up and not overly work the same muscle group.
Oh god.
Okay, that was one side. Yep. Everyone do these a little bit differently, depending
Right.
on where they want.
Going back to it. Damn, so much to touch. Watch her form. She getting a full stretch. We go back to the first time they came at it.
What weight are you doing?
I'm gonna do 75s.
Look at it. All right. Look at her. She's really like in that position. She's not really getting like that full extension. Look at that extra extension she does. Look at that extra extension. Look at that. She reached all the way down.
8. That's enough. Woo. Oh.
Oh god.
Okay, that.
And the other one is just. Alright, look at it. It's not so much of extension. You see how she just reached all the way down there? There's a reach, and there's definitely a reach in this one. You know what I mean? But she's not reaching. When she's feeling fresh, she's not really reaching down in comparison to old girl where she's making that full reach. See, you're not
I
that
wanna
much of a
do
reach.
these a
You know
little
what I mean?
differently, depending
Get
on
a
where-
full reach. Get as much reach as you can, but at the same time, it is advanced. It is advanced at how to do it without straining yourself or getting out of form and stuff. But so both of them are doing right. Is as you can tell, she's been around the block as far as doing her pulls and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So you definitely see expertise in both the powerlifting and the bodybuilding. So one thing I do have to share, she does show proper technique and form when it comes to working out and
And
lifting.
also where they want to have the stability point. I was always doing just like you did, like with the working arms put behind you. But I recently swapped it
Yeah.
to be even closer.
I don't want to.
No, I totally get it because it's a big block. So everyone's doing differently, and that's totally fine as long as you're working the muscle you want to work. So, and I really want to keep on hitting that lower part. That's why I'm keeping so close. All right. Who
Huh.
doesn't want to have a round shoulder? And that actually starts from the behind too, not only the front and the lateral side.
Right.
Now my brain power is starting to shut up.
Right.
So
I'm the same when I
whenever
work
do,
now. My brain power
reverse
just
pec deck,
dies.
which I call this one, or reverse fly. I try to stay shoulder blades down in back pocket, straight arms, pulling it out to the sides.
Yep.
But I'm not going further than what I feel like, okay, I really sense that.
Right.
So you will rather see me spend time in the stretch motion than you will see me go all the way here.
Right.
That's not how I do it. And I feel like this just really emphasized the rear delts incredibly much. And we're just gonna aim for
Yeah.
like 10 reps.
That's what you're talking about
3
right here.
sets,
All
and
that.
then move on. So I'm thinking always like pinky is driving it. So I'm really like activating the entire posterior chain of the arm. So what I want you to do when you're pulling, put a little bit more here than here. So really in your
Yeah.
brain, think rear delt, rear delt, rear delt. Yes.
So this is what's interesting, and I think the only difference is because you could tell she's awfully familiar with all the movements because she's not doing a horrible job, and she just adding her little adding a little of her thing into it, which is solid. And it's some of the movement because a lot of the movements is like part of powerlifting, dumbbell rows, cable rows, pull-ups. Some powerlifters don't do pull-ups. You know what I mean? They rather do cable rows or oh my gosh, neutral grip, lat pulls. What's it called? Damn, maybe that's what it's called. But there's another name for it though. I do know there's another name. But sometimes I'm just a little thrown off because with her, and she's like I said, that deadlift form was on point. I'm wondering if she did more of a dumbbell lateral raise than reverse fly. You know what I mean? Reverse fly. Which would make sense to me. You know what I mean? Because even on her dumbbell rows, she does pull more like an ideal powerlifter than a bodybuilder.
What happened now is that I see that you can hold your traps down better than where you were before. Yes. And just for the fun of it, when you're one more, and then when you're out here, pull set 5 small ones. No, here.
Are you good?
Yeah, here. Pulls. 5, 4, 3,
Those burn.
2, 1.
Dig
yes.
it.
Insane for you to describe that as just for the fun of it.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So what we're gonna do is to just blast those biceps. We're going to do a V-angle dumbbell curl this direction. So like not right there, just right there. And then we're gonna move doing hammer.
Yeah.
And we're gonna aim for 10-10, so 20 reps.
Yeah. There you go. And you can see the physiques right there.
Move,
Was-
doing
We'll
And we're
stop.
gonna aim for 10-10, so 20 reps.
Like, see the physiques right there. You know what I mean? Both look fit. Both look fit. You know what I mean? But, like I said, to the trained eye, and I'm not saying you ain't have a trained eye, but, when you've been around the block a number of times between powerlifting, bodybuilding, strength sports, aesthetic sports, whatever you want to call it, you could tell, what is what. What is what. Yeah, there's body types that gets involved into it too. There's definitely body types that get involved in it too. But if I got to hear that both athletes, been in the fitness game for a minute, blah blah blah, this and that, and I saw her physiques, I would definitely saw her as a strength athlete, and I was definitely saw her as more of the, volume based, aesthetic athlete. You know what I mean?
Let's do hammer for the bracket. If I want to be mean, what I do, and this is something that
And you can tell you can still have, no matter which one you go at, you can still have a pleasing physique.
we could do if we're focusing on bodybuilding is that when you're working a specific muscle group, that whenever you're done exactly with your set, really pose it. And I mean like really hold it, like tense it up, flex it to really keep that engagement going.
I was definitely listening, but I just noticed a bicep
I know,
pain for the first time ever. So I mean, like, I'm
I
just
got you.
saying,
What a moment!
I'm just saying it's usually a forehead vein, but we've
There you go.
We
Let's
love
go.
it. Yes. Guys, we hope that you liked this workout. And if you did, make sure that you try it out.
yeah, and make sure you cater it towards where you're at in your fitness journey.
So if you're a beginner, maybe do just like 2 to 3 sets of each of the things that we did today. If you're more intermediate, try the same maybe. And if you're very advanced, maybe you will have to have a couple more sets of each exercise. And whatever that is, whatever it means to you, the only thing that really matters is that you actually really try. But now we're in the post-workout segment.
So a really big facet of powerlifting and bodybuilding is that you're breaking down your muscle tissue to either increase your muscle size or strength,
Yeah.
or both. So this will help us.
Yes.
Will help us repair those muscles so that we get stronger and buffer.
Yes. And let us know down below if you actually try it out. Because we
Nice. Pretty dope, y'all. Two smart athletes, y'all. Smooth, smart athletes. Very skilled in their sport, as you can tell. You know what I mean? They get down. You can see a picture right here. Bench press tips. And I'm pretty sure she can throw out some solid tips, if we were to click and watch it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hey, follow their channel. I think this is just first form, right? Yeah, this is just first form. But like, comment, subscribe, show some support and love to them, because they the one that made the channel. I'm just reacting to it. And I'll have a link in the comment box. For you guys to click on, see if you want to watch on your own time without me talking so much. But anyways, hope you guys enjoy. Catch y'all later. Stay great.